Hey, what's going on, guys? Steve here. I wanted to talk to you guys about something serious, something eye-opening, and something alarming. And that's 20% of the world's population has some form of depression, as well as 20% of the world's population having some form of anxiety. Now, this percentage increases each year. Slowly but surely, each year, more and more people are being diagnosed with depression and being diagnosed with anxiety. Now, there's many forms of depression, there's many forms of anxiety, but it's alarming that each year the number goes up. And the World Health Organization is predicting depression to be the number one cause of death in humans by the year 2025. 6 years away from a mental illness being the number one cause of death for the human population. So let's just say, for argument's sake, it increases by 0.5%, 0.5% each year. By 2025, we're going to be looking at 23% of people diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Just 20%. 2 plus 2, carry the 1, divided by a billion, exponent the square root of 54. That's about 1.2 billion people dealing with depression and anxiety each day. And there's really nothing being done about it. There's new medications, there's antidepressants, there's anti-anxiety medications. None of these things actually solve the true problem. They just help you live life. They help you to an extent. They're miracle pills, and some people absolutely need them. But there's also this huge shadow, this ever-growing monster that just doesn't stop growing. And it's been seen by the World Health Organization, like the biggest organization for monitoring our health. It's predicted already that more people are going to die from depression, which basically means suicide, than heart attacks, and it's going to surpass cardiac health as the number one issue for death in 6 years. Nothing's being done about it. And I sit back and I watch TV. I'm listening on the radio, and it's just medication commercial after medication commercial. And about 75% of these commercials, the side effects they list are completely awful. And you're dealing with something like diabetes, which you already have enough issues with. You're dealing with something like high blood pressure, psoriasis, stopping smoking. And so many of these commercials list side effects like suicidal thoughts or actions or changes in mood and depression. And to please consult with your doctor if you experience any of these. Is that not... Am I crazy, or is that just completely wrong? Like, why am I going to take a medication when I'm just going to need another medication to go on top of it? It makes no sense. I was in the hospital a little more than a year ago from minor heart attack. And I'm walking around, youngest guy in the room, in the whole floor. And there's the patient's charts up on the computers. And I caught a glimpse of a couple people with their medication lists. And let me tell you, so many people on cholesterol medications, blood pressure medications, are also on antidepressants. I took cholesterol medications, I took blood pressure medications after my heart attack, and I felt so depressed. Like, I told my cardiologist straight out, I want off this medication. I do not feel right on it. I feel more depressed, I feel more anxious, and it's no wonder. There's nothing being done about this huge issue. There's nothing being done about this exponentially growing problem that we have as a society, as humans. It's like, it's always about the money. Pardon my French, but it fucking sucks. And the only person that's gonna really stop it and take control of it is yourself. Only you can control what's going into your body. Only you can control how whatever you're intaking controls your mood. If you know that X, Y, and Z makes you more depressed, makes you more anxious, but your doctor tells you have to take it, look for an alternative. There may not be one, but there may be a better way to cope and deal with unwanted side effects, such as mental health disorders. There's so many people being diagnosed with anxiety. Young kids with depression. Young kids with anxiety. Young kids, the rate of suicide in young kids nowadays is so freaking high, and it's sick. It's saddening that young kids are taking their own life because of a medication, or because of a vitamin deficiency, or something so minute, something so small that's just overlooked and simple to fix. But yet, here's a medication. This should do the trick for you, bud. If it doesn't, come back in 2 weeks. We'll figure out another medication for you. And if that don't work, we'll figure out another one. Oh, the medication works for you, but you got side effects. Oh, we got a medication for those side effects, and we got another medication for the side effects you're going to feel from that medication. When's it going to stop, guys? When are people going to stop digging in our pockets and just make us better? 6 years, depression will kill more people than heart attacks, kill more people than cancer. It's a pretty big problem. This video may be taken off of YouTube. There's usually videos that are spot on and truthful and kind of controversial. They get taken down. I've had a couple videos taken down before. Just don't be so naive. Don't be so misled so easily. Because it happens all the time, and you grow up to trust the doctor's word. I did. And it led me to finding other solutions, finding different methods, finding alternative ways to treat depression and treat anxiety other than medication. If I didn't, I wouldn't be around. I wouldn't be around to make these videos. Antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, they only got me so far. I was still depressed, still anxious, still dealt with anxiety day in, day out, still dealt with suicidal thoughts, still cried almost every day. There are other ways. I talk about them on this channel. It just got me sick to my stomach, learning that there's billions of people, 20% of the world dealing with just two mental illnesses, depression and anxiety. The number 2 highest diagnosed mental disorders, mental illnesses. 20%. Walk into your local grocery store, see 5 people. One of them is dealing with depression or anxiety or has some form of it. That's crazy. I wish there was a way to stop it. I wish there was a way to stop the greed, to stop this non-stop growth of mental illness. The only thing I can figure out so far is to just make videos and try and open people's eyes, try and teach some people things that I've learned from others. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. If you're part of the 20% like myself, I hope you're doing well. I hope you keep fighting and keep surviving, because life is worth living, 100%.